11th of October is celebrated worldwide as the International Day of the Girl Child. And it's a special day to recognize girls and also empower them.
In the 21st century, coding and things related to ICT, developing of apps is very critical for national development.
So we've decided that to celebrate this day, it will be good to come to a community where we can meet girls and also introduce our coding program to them as part of our Coding Caravan program. So we selected Golden Pride International School and then also connected other schools in the community of the Millennium City in Kaswa.
A neighboring school was supposed to host this program, but because they don't have the infrastructure there, they directed the programmers to come to Golden Pride.
We were given 5 slots for girls child to participate in this program here. So we organized ourselves to participate here.
We saw that it was an advantage for the kids to also have first-hand experience about coding. So that's why we decided to join today's program.
We brought in about 110 girls, and in 2 batches, we introduced them to coding, 3D design, and other things that have to do with technology.
I learned about 3-dimensional shapes.
3D is an object that is 3-dimensional, which means it contains length, height, and width. Example, cone, table, laptop, etc.
I learned how to print and how to make toys.
Scratch, you can create your own cartoons, games, and videos there.
I learned that the 3D printers are used to print 3D designs. And I learned that the filament is a plastic which is melted to form the objects I designed.
I learned about coding. Coding is the programming of a computer through specific commands.
Questions were being asked, and then you could see how they were answering. And then you could see that yes, it's a very good program.
I was very impressed with how the children or the learners interact in every conversation that goes on there, and I can see they have learned a lot.
Top for me was when I asked what is this project for them, and one of them was able to talk about the fact that it kind of inspires them to know that they can take up a career in engineering, in coding. For me, that is it. That tells me that our aim, the goal for organizing this intervention largely has been achieved.
Most of the girls who, before this program, were not introduced to coding had the opportunity to use the computer, to learn how to create simple games, and also to learn how to use the 3D printer. It was a very, very exciting program.
The Coding Caravan has landed in Takoradi, and it is the second location of 3 locations planned for the coding education for Africa this October and November. In partnership with Code for Africa, we had 2 locations. The first one on the 22nd at Reverend Grant JHS and Primary School, where we introduced coding to about 100 and over students in 2 batches. The second location in Takoradi took place at St. Anthony of Padua Catholic School, JHS and Primary, where coding education was introduced to over 250 students. Our presence in Takoradi was very welcoming. Students were so comfortable and so interested in what the tutors introduced to them. These kids gave us the impression that truly, if we should introduce coding to the least person in the farthest point of Ghana, the kid would definitely understand the basics and even want to carry it up as a career.
I learned about coding and animation.
I've learned that computer programming is a set of instructions.
I learned how to make different kinds of shapes, and I learned how to apply colors.
The type of program we used was Scratch, and we developed our own game, which was Matrix.
My elder sister Araba, she was doing websites, how to create a website, and my dad thought of introducing us to it, but he rather introduced us to Scratch. Yeah, I enjoyed today's program because I'm kind of conversant with it. Yes, I enjoyed it very much. I was like, hey, I know this one.
I want coding to help me in growing up because people are falling down because they don't know computing. This program is very interesting.
You can make games for children like 4 years, 5 years.
At the beginning, I thought it was something difficult, but at the end, I got to know it was something easy and simple.
Both schools provided over 400 of their students to participate in this coding project. And we are so thankful for their contributions, their time and their effort, giving us their space to have done this for 2 continuous days.
We have an ICT lab here. We have tried in our own little way to organize some online lessons for them because we are preparing them for a competition in Accra. So when they came with their machines and everything to set up, it was really awesome.
The school has really benefited this morning from the workshop organized by Coding Education for Africa in Ghana, precisely in the 21st century. We are very happy and impressed by whatever we have seen.
This is a welcoming program for us, and we wish we can have a repeat in the shortest possible time, so that the children will not forget the skills that they have acquired so far.
We will stay in touch with the school administrators, we will stay in touch with the teachers, we will stay in touch with parents generally in Takoradi. Already we have some students on our online coding program from Takoradi, and we had some of them coming to join us in this session. We are actually going to continue this activity with a stakeholder workshop where we would invite school authorities from this school and Reverend Grant, JHS and Primary. We would love to have them in Accra, where we would have the stakeholder workshop to deliberate further on the way forward as to how to get such public schools out of Accra as part of our programs.
Here in Koforidua, we came to Aspire Educational Complex, where over 150 students participated. We had 3 sessions. First session of students from Aspire Educational Complex with over 50 students. The second batch also from Aspire. And then the third batch consists of students from other schools in the community.
When we talk of coding or programming, it's giving a computer a set of instructions to perform a task, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
The languages that we speak, the computer doesn't understand it, and the language that the computer speaks, we too don't understand it. So in order for us to interact with each other, we use code blocks.
Now I can code a program or anything. I also got to know the machine that is used to print 3D shapes. That's the 3D printer.
We learned that there are some circles that are the extreme left of the interface. Those are the programs or the steps we follow to do the game called dancing. And I learned some of these circles are motion, looks, control, and many more.
I learned how to drag and drop. It was very exciting.
Looking at how my children were manipulating the laptops, I was very, very happy.
It is something we have not regretted hosting because in Aspire School, one of our aims is to make technology the greater part of our curriculum development.
It was obvious as a privileged school, let me say, have already their labs in place that have the setup, and so we're very confident and were able to do the coding smoothly compared to students from Adreso Mile 50 MA School and Okrasi Methodist Basic School. There was visibly lack of confidence, and it took them a very long time to catch up. They need a lot of assistance to be able to follow instructions to come up with whatever they were being taught. We need sponsors or partners to come on board to help some of these community schools set up labs for them, and IIPGH is ready to train tutors that will help these students with the knowledge in coding.
Coding Education for Ghana program is a program that is being run by the Institute of ICT Professionals and its diaspora partner called Code for Africa. Code for Africa is a diaspora organization that is interested in spreading coding education across Africa, starting with Ghana.
And so we identified IIPGH as a competent institution that we can partner with, especially with regards to bringing our concepts or programs in Ghana, and we believe we can use them to help us work on the grounds as we are based in Germany.
Our company provides the laptops for the Coding Education for Ghana program. And it's very important to have good hardware for coding, because when you don't have a laptop or a tablet, you cannot code.
At certain places, we go with over 50 to 100 computers where we are able to reach out to a lot more students and also help them to be introduced to some of these things. So we're actually looking for a lot of partners from both hardware and software so that we can run a successful program and bring coding to the doorsteps of a lot of kids across the country.
And also we can't leave out our funding partners, that is the GIZ support in collaboration with the same.
We want to thank our software partners, Codit and Tinker Toys. They provide some of the software for us, and also Scratch. They provide some of the software that we use for this program, and we want to say a big thank you to them and our partners, Code for Africa.